Well, yesterday we studied how Asaph was convicted. He says in verse 21, "Thus my heart was grieved and I was pricked in my reins." We unfolded the idea of the pricking, convicting nature of God's work. What is he doing? Is he just trying to guilt or shame us or make us feel bad? Of course not. He's trying to draw us to himself. He's trying to get our hearts and minds back into the realm of truth, reality, the reality of his grace and love and goodness. And Asaph had let his mind go down a really bad path of envy, envying the ungodly, and then kind of regretting that he was a follower of God, that he belonged to God. It seemed like it was a waste to him. And what changed? What brought his mind back to truth is verse 17. "Until I went into the sanctuary of God, then understood I therein." So the turning point was worship, truth, community, like engaging in his walk with God, with God's people at the place of worship. So in our modern vernacular, he got back to church. He got back connected to community and growing and thriving in that way. Now, he says in verse 21, "I was convicted." He says in verse 22, we saw this yesterday, "So foolish was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee." He said, I just wasn't thinking. I was behaving and thinking very foolishly and very ignorantly. Now that's an honest assessment, but he doesn't stay in this place of self-condemnation or self-deprecation. That's never healthy, my friend. Okay? Yes, he's wrong. He's acknowledging that he was wrong. He's acknowledging that his wrongness was a product of foolishness in his own mind. But now look at verse 23 where we pick it up today. "Nevertheless." Now that's a big word. There's a big turn here. "Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand." Now, there's kind of a double-edged, a two-sided coin here, okay? In first read, maybe you're wondering, is this his acknowledgement that God has always been with him, or is this his commitment that he is staying continually with God? And I think it's one then the other, okay? I think there's a dual sense here. But absolutely, without a doubt, the first sense and the primary sense is, God, you never left me. You've been with me through the whole thing. I am continually with you before my bad thinking, through my bad thinking, after my bad thinking. You never cast me off. You never left me. You never gave me up. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Even when, here's what's beautiful about this, okay? Even when my mind can't sense it, or I've forgotten it, or my circumstances seem to indicate otherwise. Even when I get to thinking down a wrong road, even if I'm acting foolishly, I am still with God. I am his, he is mine. Nothing factually changes about that relationship. I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. What is he saying? This is beautiful. Even when I was wandering away in my mind, God had a hold of my hand the whole time. I picture Ephesians 5 as followers of, "Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children, and walk in love as Christ also has loved us." I picture a little child. If you've ever held the hand of a little child and walked through a mall or a park or something, children are easily distracted. Their minds go everywhere, right? But the best way, if you're a parent, to make sure that they don't wander off is to hold them by their hand. And to hang on to that hand sometimes is challenging because the child wants to run or play or do different things. But no, you say, "No, you hold my hand right now." Now, the child holding the parent's hand is always in proximity, even though the mind can go all over the map, okay? And I just love the picture that Asaph is giving us today. And that is that even though he was thinking poorly, ignorantly, foolishly, even though he got off track, he was always with God and God was always with him. And God never let go of his hand. And now he realizes it. Now he sees it. "Oh, God, you've never let go. You've always held me by my hand. Now, my friend, you may feel like you're struggling, you're failing. You may feel like Asaph, like you just really have gotten off track spiritually or emotionally or psychologically. But I want to encourage you. Sorry about that. If you are a follower of God, I clicked the wrong button. If you are a follower of God, He's never left you. He's never let go of your hand, and He never will. Even through your struggles, God's walking with you through them. So keep moving forward, and that is enough for today. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday. We'll see you this weekend.